Good game out there tonight, son. I'm the GM of the Kings, and I must say, I was impressed with your performance. We have the 7th pick in the draft and are narrowing down our list of draft targets. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. We realize that here in Sacramento, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or Chicago. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization, someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Sacramento Kings, someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of the Kings. Are you that person?
To be honest, I'm a big city kind of guy. I don't think Sacramento has the type of vibe I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure you guys have a great organization and a great fan base. It's just not for me, okay?
Okay, last question. This is a question we ask all our potential draftees, and I want you to answer it as honestly as possible. Where do you see your career going? What do you hope to achieve out of your career? Ultimately, what do you want your legacy to be?
Me? I want to be the greatest of all time. If anyone answers you differently, well, they're either lying to you or they don't have the competitive fire to be great. I don't want to be great. I want to be the greatest. I want rings. I want MVP awards, all of those accolades. I want people to talk about me 50 years from now, and they will. Just watch, man. I've got the fire. I've got the drive. And you know what? I'm ready.
Thanks for answering our questions. I don't know that we're a fit for you at this time. We'll need to discuss internally. I'll be in touch. Nice performance tonight. I'm GM and President of Team Operations for the Suns. We have the 5th pick in this draft, and we're looking at potentially using this pick on you. First, though, we'd like to get to know you better by asking you a couple questions. Let's get to it. As a whole, the Suns have kept the same core for the better part of a decade. We found a winning formula and stuck by it, just rotating in supporting pieces where necessary. As I'm sure you've seen over the last year or so, we're in the midst of overhauling our roster. We really love the idea of you being a part of that process. What do you think about being a centerpiece for the new Phoenix Suns?
That's a tough decision. On one hand, this is the in between period where there are going to be some hard times. On the other hand, there is a light at the end of the tunnel where the talent all comes together and good things happen. The question is, do I want to spend the first part of my career on a struggling team? I don't know the answer to that.
Let's see, one more question, if you don't mind. What do you think you'll bring to a franchise as far as marketability?
Swagger. Everywhere I've gone in my life has been big. I think my presence has always created a rock star environment, and I think a lot of that has to do with the way I carry myself. I play hard both on the court and off the court, you know? Life's to be enjoyed, my man.
Some interesting answers. Thanks again for your time.
I know you just got done playing and probably want to catch a shower, so I'll keep this brief. I'm the GM of the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're picking ninth in the upcoming draft. We love what we saw in you and want to ask you some questions to see how well you'd fit in with us. Question number 1. I feel like we have a really solid point guard in Ricky Rubio, but I would be remiss to not look at all available options in the draft. How do you think you compare to Ricky?
I like Ricky's game a lot. I really do. Ultimately, I think I'm going to be a much better pro than he is. I've got the physicals, I've got the smarts, and I've got the killer instinct necessary to take over a game. That being said, I'm not really interested in coming to Minnesota and having to fight for a starting role. I'm a better player than that.
All right then, one more. Minneapolis is truly a beautiful city, but are you aware of just how brutally cold the winters are? We have freezing cold, we have snow, we have it all. I've seen players walk in telling me that nothing can stop them, only to be defeated by the weather. The gosh darn weather. Can you deal with these types of adverse conditions?
I come from a much warmer climate. I played some games in college in cold weather cities, and my game just feels off when the weather's cold. I'm not used to it. I can't shake it, man. My hands just get cold on the way to the arena, and I just don't feel right. I need to feel comfortable at all times, and if I had a choice, why the heck would I want to be cold, man?
Good evening and welcome to the 2013 NBA Draft. Tonight marks the realization of a dream for some of the best young players in the world, a reward for their many years of dedication and hard work. It's also a time of extraordinary hope and excitement for our fans and our teams. I know the young men hoping to hear their names called tonight just can't wait to join the NBA family. So let's get started. With the first pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select
Anthony Bennett of Toronto, Canada, and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
With the second pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select
Victor Oladipo of Indiana University.
With the third pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Otto Porter from Georgetown University. With the fourth pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Cody Zeller from Indiana University. With the fifth pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select the point guard from Italy,